Welcome to the Fifth World Channel. How's everybody? My name's April, and I just came to talk about something with you all. I just was alerted to a post that was made by, I believe, the White House. I can't look at my notes while I'm speaking right now, and that's okay. But there was a post made by the White House that's or one of the departments of the White House, speaking about Lyme disease and claiming that it's a bioweapon. I just can't believe that this is where we're at, but here we are. So everything that I'm finding is that is completely untrue. That is a narrative. Lyme disease is just one name, one Western diagnosis for a body process that is a healing process. And I've been able to really explain it and prove it. I don't want to overcomplicate anything. So if anybody is new to these ideas, please be guided by your heart and just take your time and go through some of my materials. And I think you'll be shown the same things that I've been shown, which is that disease is not quite what they have presented to us in our lifetime, over the past 100 years in America. I'm an American. I was, born and raised here. So I was conditioned by the Western medical system. And it's taken me a good 4 or 5 years to deprogram from all of that and heal myself. And that is what all autoimmune diseases, supposedly dis-ease, all of that is actually a healing process. If we can just somehow flip it in our minds and understand that, no, that's just your body trying to regain levels of homeostasis and alignment. And then to know that it's going to be okay. And how can we best support that? I completely understand the fear because I went through it for several years on and off. It can be totally jarring. It can be completely, consuming to not feel well and not have answers. And then be given answers that it's something horrifying and not be able to find any. I mean, I believe that's why my channel is kind of not interacted with as much as I would hope that it could be. Because I know that there's a lot of people having this type of conversation and discussion, only they're not saying some of the things that I'm saying. They're confused and they're being given the wrong information on purpose. Hey, Memorial Gardens, how you doing? Oh, it's very nice to see you here. So essentially, that's what I want to say. It's going to be up to, I'm realizing more and more that, there's been a lot of mind control done to the psyche, and it's up to us individually to kind of I think this is what it means by face the fears and just keep seeking for truth anyway, because when they say the truth will set you free, it means that the truth, when you finally see it, you're going to have relief. You're going to realize it wasn't this big, bad, scary thing that we were told. Not at all. And that there's actually nothing to be worried about, and there's nothing to be afraid of. Truly. It really took me a long time, personally, over the last several years, to come to a place of peace within myself. But there's another side to this. This is a process. That's what I really, really am trying to get across to people. And it's really difficult with all of the programming that we've all been kind of subjugated to, is that there's a worldwide healing process happening right now. Like all across the entire world, the entire globe is involved. Every single living creature on the earth is evolving, essentially. Is healing, is the way that I like to look at it. It's coming back to a more original blueprint. That original blueprint heals itself more naturally. Right now, we're going through like a quickening of purification and realignment and everything that's involved with a healing process, where it's like fast tracked right now. And that's why, yes, there's all this good stuff about ascension and ascension symptoms, but it doesn't quite cover it. Doesn't quite cover everything. So that's where I've been really delving in and really getting, the scientific answers to back it up. And so, I am not new age. I'm not a scientist per se, but I was taken out of school for science. I was in a college chemistry course when I became so ill that it caught my attention enough to have to really figure out what was going on. And that I have told my story over the past few years, and I will gladly tell it again. But this is a healing process. For me, it's been the past 7 years. I think the world has gone through a transfiguration over the last 7 years. And I think we're all just recalibrating and acclimating to our new reality. The ionosphere is active again. And that really does correlate with a layer on our human body, the electrical layer of our human body. So we had to adapt to all of these changes as they were happening. And the heart is involved. It's truly a reconnection of the heart and the mind taking place. And it's physical. And I can prove it scientifically. Scientifically, I can prove it. It's all there. It's just that we have to, like, little by little, be guided and replace the bad programming with new, wonderful understanding. I saw somebody say the other day in a comment on that channel Polarity, which, okay. Hey, Josh. Hey, Polarity. Nice channel you got there. Where's all the women in UFOlogy? I'd like to know. I want to know. Besides what? Linda Moulton Howe? Is that her name? Okay. Anyway, I digress. They said in that comment, what if the truth is so horrifying that they don't want us to know? It's like, I think we've all been presented with those horrifying possibilities and all these like ridiculous sci-fi horrors, and that we can even like handle for one lifetime over the past bit on the internet. But I say, what if it's so good they don't want us to know? What I know is that they have been literally hiding hope. They have been absolutely hiding hope. And I'll go post it later. I'll post this one photo that I took where I prove it, because there's this one channel called Park Rose Permaculture. I've shared her stuff here and there because she seems to have a pretty big voice, and she shares some hope. She kind of has a different philosophy on things than I do, and totally fair enough. She, I think, still likes answers from the Western medical system. I do not. I believe that a lot of it is backwards. So I don't know. Hopefully I'm not speaking into a void. I really want this discussion to be had on a larger scale, coming from somebody who's been through it, like, and coming out on the other side. I don't really care who wants that or who doesn't. That's what needs to happen. That's what we all need to be doing right now, is having these discussions on our tools and our internet. Hey everybody, what's up? Nice to see you all. Thank you for being here. But so she was posting the other day and, you know, said, I'm having trouble getting videos uploaded. I'll have some up for you soon. And she took a screenshot of the videos that she was trying to upload. I think both of them had the word hope in the title. And, you know, she was making some reference to, yes, I have trouble, but this one's been kind of weird. I've seen so much myself to know that there definitely has been a censor on hope. You know, and somebody was like asking me, well, what is hope anyway, the other day? And like, hope is where somebody says something you need to hear that serves you on your path so that you can remain on your highest, most aligned, and most comfortable path. Sure, there's some discomfort and spiritual growth, but that doesn't mean we're meant to just innately always be uncomfortable. No, there's another side. We are meant to feel good. We are meant to feel amazing. We are meant to feel aligned and not anxious and not overwhelmed. It's just so difficult right now because I know that, you know, people are so used to, you know, feeling the need to accomplish things throughout the day or to get answers from other people. And I just really pray that everybody's guided by their hearts strongly to whatever answers they need. And I think that's really all that I wanted to say for now. I just don't believe, I do not believe what they have posted about Lyme. I've studied this for years. Listen, I have this really great post about Lyme disease. You know what? I do have so much more to say, but this is, you know, obviously not easy. So I'm doing the best I can, but I think we'll all say what needs to be said now and going forward more. Okay, but if you look into alpha-gal, that is a pretty interesting aspect to all of this as well. I believe that they're putting that fear out about Lyme disease right now because well, they've lost control of the, they've lost control. Let's be honest. They've lost complete control. And there's something called alpha-gal. And if you're not familiar, basically people are becoming allergic to meat. They're having mast cell reactions, which is part of the light body shift, which is part of the alignment, which is nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing bad. It's just to be worked with and embraced and transcended. It is the alchemy. It is your body alchemizing and, you know, recalibrating and adapting to our new, more electrical environment. And yes, increasing our biophotonic light. So in increasing the biophotonic light, that is going to push out all impurities on a molecular level. And that is what's happening, which can create all kinds of weird, strange symptoms and discomforts. You are safe. It is okay. You will be safe. And, you know, I've learned a lot. And I mean, there's so many people out there that have learned a lot about how to transcend, I think, these symptoms. It's not about, sorry, there's a lot of noise outside right now. Anyway, like a lot. So I apologize. It's really throwing me off. Yes, iodine is wonderful. I personally don't take anything every day anymore. I like to just kind of like go as I follow my intuition, and I found that I don't end up taking things daily, just here and there once in a while as I'm called, but it's all coming full circle. Like, I'm okay. I feel good again. I feel grounded. I feel peaceful, and peace is the prize. You know, I think that's really what this all is reflecting, is that like there is another side, and peace is the prize. And like, I'm grateful for the suffering that I experienced, because it led me to find answers. It helped me to grow spiritually. It helped me to transfigure and transcend. But there's another side, and I'm just grateful to be stepping out onto the other side of it. And I think that's why there's a loss of control of this like disease narrative. And I want that disease narrative to somehow just be totally upended by the truth. And I wish that it could be simplified somehow, because I see where, you know, I try to kind of approach people with this information, and can be challenging because of the programming. And I can understand, I can relate, because I went through it for years and years, and it took me years to kind of think it through. And that's fine. Healing takes time. That's okay. That's why I say take our time and follow our intuition, follow our heart, and it will see us through to the other side. But the alpha-gal thing is very interesting. Just the etymology of alpha-gal. If you look, the ascension type symptoms that are involved, it's all part of this light body shift that I'm talking about. Our biophotonic light is being increased. It's wild. Check out, but yeah, you know, an iodine obviously is great in a kind of a radiation type situation. We've been made to be afraid of radiation, but there's all this great stuff that comes out about, it's so confusing sometimes, but I mean, look, it's what they use for their cancer treatments, but they're doing it wrong, because healing takes time, and it's mind, body, and spirit. It's a layered, you know, process. It's not something you can hand to somebody else to do. I just feel like, you know, doctors and pharmaceuticals and insurance, I feel like it's kind of what we know as black magic. I think it's not do no harm at all. And I don't understand why there's an oath to do no harm if that's completely not the case. What are they doing outside? This is crazy. Hold on. All right, well, more and more yard work. Saturday morning yard work. Good times. Okay. I apologize. There's literally huge tree stumps being thrown into a big dump truck, and it's just like creating sound waves. Okay, cool. I wouldn't recommend. Yeah. Yeah, it's just something to look into for sure, though, because I wanted to bring up the Chernobyl stuff, you know, where we keep seeing these studies about like, oh, the dogs that stayed in the area, they're like, you know, superhuman dogs, super dogs now. They're very healthy, and it's because their fascia system came back online. I feel like it's because their entire blueprints are active again. And I mean, I would love to explain what I understand about why the fascia system went dormant, but I think that's for a whole nother day. All that matters is that it's coming back online now, and we are adapting. But it's very intelligent. The fascia system is driven by the mother, and it is the God particles that know what to do and where. It will heal everything. It just requires trust and following your intuition. And I think it helps to know that you are healing and coming to another side of something. Not that you have to seek for what disease you have. That is what creates it. The last thing I'll say is, I mean, I might as well just put it out there right now. I don't know how this is going to be taken, but I literally think that so many of these diseases are what is known as a Kundalini activation. I even have like a lot to say about Kundalini, which I have. And, you know, we can get into that some more too. But for the sake of like what my point here is, what lies dormant in the spine? We hear HIV lies dormant in the spine. We hear herpes lies dormant in the spine, right? Oh, what else? Kundalini lies dormant in the spine. I personally think that, you know, we are conflating a lot of the same things and missing a lot because of it. Like, I really believe that many of these so-called diseases that you can go to 5 different doctors and get 5 separate diagnoses for, same issue, same person. I really believe that it's all the same thing, and it's healing. It's the body healing. We have to understand that there was a reversal done. There was a reverse. The law of reversal was used. So they're doing a disease plan when actually it's a healing process. It's actually not disease. So I'm going to leave you all with that. I love you all very much. I wish everyone peace. I wish for more harmony currently everywhere. I'll let it be. And I hope to speak with you all very soon. Much love, y'all. Thanks for being here. Peace.